Good evening. We're here in Florida. We're going to interview Mr. Buster. Mr. Buster, how are you doing today? Well, thank you very much. I'm doing fine myself. So, if we get along on with this interview, Mr. Buster, we'd like to ask you a few questions. When were you born? Wow, just that makes you about 6 months old, and within about 6 months you'll be a year old. Were you born so tall and so green? How tall are you? 6 foot tall? Wow. So tell me, Mr. Buster, where were you born? You were born in Florida, huh? So tell me, while living in Florida, what's one of your best memories? Ohio. Ohio. Tell me about Ohio, Mr. Buster. Along the Cuyahoga Valley? That's a nice area up there. That's a very pretty area up there. So tell me, Mr. Buster, how did you get up there? In a private jet? Let me ask you, did you get to fly the jet? Didn't get to fly it. What a shame. Did you at least fly in the co-pilot seat? So that's good and that's bad, I guess. You didn't get to fly your jet, but you get to fly in a private jet all the way to Ohio, Cuyahoga. Yeah, who would have thought about it? 6 months old, here you are, 6 foot tall, green, and flying in a jet. Huh, life is good. So tell me, Mr. Buster, what's your current occupation and profession? A stunt dummy? So tell me, what has been one of your best ever stunts? Did you actually get pushed off the balcony, or did you get thrown off the balcony? Ouch, that must have hurt. So tell me, during that fall from the balcony, is that how you ended up with having an amputated arm? Unknown forces? What unknown forces would cause you to have an amputated arm? The cleaning lady? That must be one wicked woman. What did she do to you? No kidding. I didn't ask you what whether she was Brazilian. I asked you what she did to you. Is she nice to you at least? Obviously not, because if she's throwing you around the room by one arm and causes you to have your amputated arm in a fall from the balcony, doesn't cause you that kind of injury. Imagine that. She's taking it out on you, huh? I'm sorry to hear that, Mr. Buster. Well, that's about it. Let's wrap this interview up here in Florida with Mr. Buster. It's been a pleasure meeting you, Mr. Buster, and interviewing you. I hope you have a nice life. And when are you going back to Ohio, by the way? In the summer? Wow. Usually, that's kind of odd. People have a summer home and they winter in the south. You go to the summer, you go up north in the summer. You kind of do it reverse. That's kind of nice. So let me ask you one last thing before we wrap up this interview. Are there any pets in the home? and a crab? Huh. Boy, that must be one household. And a stunting dummy called Mr. Buster. Imagine that. Well, that wraps it up here in Florida with the interview with Mr. Buster. Nice to meet you, Mr. Buster.